Part 3. How banks use securitization to trick you into making repayments on an account they no longer own. Repayments are payment twice, known as double dipping and unjust enrichment. What if I told you the bank has already been paid for your debt? That means they have no financial loss has incurred, yet they're still chasing you for currency. Banks don't want you to know this, but when you take out a loan or a line of credit, they don't actually lend you anything. Instead, they turn your debt into an asset for themselves, and this is how they do it. When you sign a loan or credit card agreement, the bank doesn't hold that debt on their books forever. Instead, they take that agreement and sell it to investors in a process called securitization. Here's how it works. 1. Your loan agreement is pooled together with thousands of others and placed into a financial structure called a special purpose vehicle, SPV. This is where the bank sells its risk. Dusra, the SPV then sells bonds or securities to investors, big institutions who buy debt in exchange for returns. 3. The bank gets paid up front and no longer carries the debt on their balance sheet. This means your original creditor, the bank, no longer owns the debt. They have already been compensated through securitization, which means they have no financial losses, yet they still demand repayment from you. What this means for you. The key takeaway here is that the bank has already made their money. Your loan or credit card balance is no longer a personal obligation. It has been turned into an investment product. And here's where it gets even more misrepresentation. Despite assigning the debt, the bank often continues to act like they still own it. They will send default notices, demand repayments, and even take people to court, even though they no longer hold the legal title to the debt. This is where you have power. The bank can only enforce a debt if they can prove ownership. If your debt has been securitized, they must provide proof that they still hold the legal title. And guess what? They can't. How to challenge this? The next time a bank or debt collector contacts you about an outstanding balance, demand to see the following. 1. The original signed credit agreement. Without it, they cannot legally enforce the debt. 2. A full statement of account, showing every transaction tied to the purported loan. 3. The deed of assignment, which proves that they still legally own the debt, which they can never produce because it's gone. If they fail to provide any of these, the debt is unenforceable. That means they legally cannot collect from you at law or in equity. Banks don't want you to know this, but securitization means they have no legal standing to enforce your debt. So don't let them pressure you into something they've already been compensated for. Demand proof of ownership, and if they can't provide it, their claim is misrepresented. Want to challenge a debt? Comment bank and I'll show you how.